Hello my friends, how you doing today? A few days ago, the CEO of UnitedHealthCare, Brian Thompson, was assassinated. First and foremost, I want to send my condolences to his wife and family and everybody that he knew. That was a very sad incident that happened. In this video, I want to talk about the gun that was used because I reviewed the video of the assassin actually carrying out his wicked deed. I reviewed it numerous times. Almost immediately, it's like, I recognize that gun. Holy crap, I recognize that gun. The image is very poor quality, but to me, it looks like this is the gun. Not this exact gun, but this is the 45 caliber version of the B&T. So B&T has a Station6 45 and they have a VP9 and they look almost identical, but one's a 45 caliber, one's a 9mm. Okay, this is a bolt action suppressed pistol. It's designed to be an assassin's pistol. I mean, look at that. You take that off, you can put that in your back pocket and it could pass for a bike pump or something. You know, it does not look like a gun. You could show a cop, yeah, see, this is my bike pump. See this? This is how I pump up my bike. Anyway, whatever. I've actually done several videos on this pistol. The company who makes this actually sells it as a veterinary pistol for killing animals that need to be killed. I guess that's how they get away with manufacturing and selling this. Now, contrary to popular belief, you do not need to be a licensed assassin to purchase one of these. All you have to do is submit your Form 4 for the suppressor. You order the gun goes to your FFL. Your FFL will give this to you immediately. You fill out the paperwork for the suppressor, pay $200, and you get your suppressor when the paperwork goes through. Anybody can use this. You don't need to be a licensed assassin or a certified assassin or anything like that. Anybody can have this. You don't even have to be a veterinarian, even though it's a veterinary pistol. To be honest with you, this pistol has no purpose except for maybe killing animals and assassinating. The reason why is it's not very accurate as a target pistol, and it's no good as a self-defense pistol because it's bolt action. With a self-defense pistol, you want to be able to drop a whole bunch of rounds in the attacker. In this, you're just one round at a time, and that's no good for self-defense. For hunting, no good because, again, it's not very accurate. Can't put a sighting system on, anything like that. And actually, I believe that the proper way this is used is you would press this against somebody's back and then pull the trigger, and then I believe it'd be completely quiet. Right now, it's significantly more quiet than a regular gun, but if it's pressed up against a person's back, it's gonna be completely quiet. As I've watched the video over and over again, there's some discussion and disagreement among experts whether or not the gun used was a B&T VP6 or if it was a semi-auto. Watch this video here.
A lot of people got on saying, well, he cleared a malfunction so quickly. He obviously had proficiency with the firearm. That was completely untrue. The immediate action that a trained shooter will take in response to what's called a stage 1 malfunction is something called tap rack target or tap rack bang. You rotate the weapon, you tap the bottom of the magazine, invert the weapon, rack the slide, and you're back in business. This guy fired a shot, immediately retracts to a low position and works the slide. So my first thought at the time was, okay, he probably had a homemade suppressor, which sometimes there's a back pressure that's created, and the slide will not go rearward. So I thought, oh, maybe that's the case. Maybe he designed his own suppressor, or maybe it was an improper fit, and he knew he had one shot, and they'd have to manually chamber around. I have changed my opinion. I do not think that's the case. I think that it is one of these bolt action pistols that they have. They're special design pistols. I have some confirmation that it's a weapon that is not generally found in the tri-state area, which indicates that my initial thought was correct.
All right, Josh, do you care to comment or respond to anything? I know you were on our air yesterday and you were talking about the perceived suppressor on the weapon. Do you stand by that still?
Yeah, absolutely. And I would still say that David's initial impression is probably right. Today they've thrown around the possibility of it being a B&T pistol, which is an integrally suppressed locking breech pistol. But in order to, when we look at that video, we really take a look at it. We see him reaching over the top of the slide to action that pistol and to move that slide back. And pistols like a B&T are locking breech. You grab it from the rear, you actually have to turn it, pull it back, and then return that breech back into a serviceable state. So I still believe that we're looking at a suppressor, ammo, and pistol combination that just did not allow that pistol to cycle.
So you see the guy, it looks like he goes like this, okay? So that's not convincing. Here are the signs to me that it's a VP9. The suppressor is longer than the gun itself, okay? And then you have no gap between the gun and the suppressor, and that's very unique to the B&T. Not very many other guns have that. So, I mean, take, for example, a Glock. Here, you can see there is a gap. And also the barrel is shorter than the gun. Now, yeah, granted, you can get some barrels that are longer, but that gap is telling. I don't see that gap in the video. After it looks like the guy's trying to cycle a gun, you see he then functions it again. It looks like he does this action. I'd like to share with you a product that has literally worked miracles for me. I've been lifting quite a bit most of my life, and I always seem to hit this plateau of about 220 pounds on the bench press. And I ended up making a friend at the gym who's a doctor of Chinese medicine. You know, over the years, he came up with this formula for a pre-workout that literally blows you past all your plateaus. It's approved for the NFL. Navy SEALs operators use it. Check it out. I'm gonna have the link in the description. You go there, use the code Cult of Arms, and you'll get 25% off this product. While taking this product, I've been able to blow through all of my plateaus, and I ended up getting a max bench of 455 pounds. I would never be able to do this without the world's greatest pre-workout. I'm not even a serious weightlifter. I'm just a casual weightlifter taking this pre-workout. And over the years, like I said, I've been able to blow past my plateaus and get phenomenal results. Like I said, 450 pound bench press. I can do 10 curls of 135 pounds, which blows me away. I didn't know that was even possible. If you lift weights at all, you need to try this product. It's gonna up your game significantly. Give it a shot, try it for a month, see how you do. If you're stuck in a plateau and you can't make any more gains, or if you just wanna increase the rate at which you make gains, give this pre-workout a try. Company's KlērPäth, the product is muscle. You'll get 25% off if you use the discount code Cult of Arms. All one word. I'll put it down in the description so you can see it there. Check it out, buy it. If you use it as directed, you're gonna fall in love. Just looking at the image, there's spots where, I don't know, it might be my imagination, but it looks like there's this cutout, which you don't see on a Glock. You don't see a little cutout like that. So that cutout is a telltale sign that it's a B&T. I'm not 100% convinced this was the pistol though. It's entirely possible that he was using a Glock. He could have used something like this. This isn't set up for a pistol right now. It's set up for like a 300 blackout. It doesn't have the spring system in to allow it to cycle properly. There's a spring system you install in this before you attach it to the gun, and that allows the gun to cycle properly. When you do that, the suppressor sticks out further from the gun. That's not what the guy had. So if he had this set up with a longer suppressor, maybe that's what he used. But it does appear that he tries to shoot again, and then he goes to cycle the gun, but it doesn't work. Like, that's not working. Something here doesn't work. So he then hits it. I think this whole action right here and then this, I think that was muscle memory from him practicing with semi-automatics, okay? And then, you know, he realized, oh, this is BT9, I gotta go like this. Okay, it is possible that he did use a semi-automatic that was not configured properly. Here's something else they say. They say that it was potentially a homemade suppressor. I really don't think so, because the suppressor looked professionally made. In order to make a homemade suppressor work, typically you've got to have more volume in here. There's technology that allows companies to make their suppressors this small. That's not a technology that's easily replicatable in the garage. Some people are going to disagree with me, and then I'll say, well, you know, compare your decibel output with that one versus the decibel output of one, the commercially available one. And I bet you're going to find that your decibel output's much higher than one that is commercially available. I'm 99% sure that the suppressor was a commercially available suppressor. The gun, I'm 75% sure was a VP9, not a semi-automatic. Not a semi-automatic as some people suggest. People who think is like a Glock, they're just, you know, they're pointing to the guy tried to cycle it by putting his hand up here. Like I said, that could have been muscle memory. That could have been a mistake. I know when I first got my VP9, when I was using it for the first time, I was doing things with it that are typical that you would do with a semi-automatic, not that you would do with a bolt action. I had to develop new muscle memory when I started using this, even though the only practical use for this is assassinating and maybe as a veterinary pistol. I'm not an assassin. I think if you got a problem with somebody, deal with it like a man. Don't go putting bullets in people. That's not what guns are for. Guns are for hunting, for target practice. They're not for shooting people. I think 75% chance it was this. 25% chance it was this. Let me know in the comments below what you think, okay? Love you guys. Next week I'll do a gun review video for you guys, okay? I want to see what the FBI thinks. I think in the end we will find out which gun was used, whether it was a BNT or a Glock style. Right now, I want you guys to put in the comments below what you think happened.
Well, the latest is we have details on the murder weapon. It's a B&T Station6 gun. You saw there in the video, it's an unusual looking gun. It's got a very long barrel there. And in that video, you see him have to kind of cock the gun before each time he fired. He fired multiple rounds, seemingly in cold blood.
Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and click that like button. If you like this video, you should check out my other videos. I think you'll enjoy them. You know, spend a few hours with your family watching them. Hopefully you'll find entertainment in that, and it will help my channel grow. If you guys support Trump, go ahead and show your support for Donald Trump as President of the United States by subscribing to this channel. I love you very much, and I'll see you next week.